This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
We talk about Ric Flair and that gorgeous belt he now owns. It's a trophy that the world heavyweight champion holds. It's a belt valued at over $35,000. And one man who would like to have that brand new belt around his waist, and many people feel certainly is the next man to own it, is Ron Garvin.
What about that? Putting over the belt we haven't even seen yet.
Yeah. How about Jimmy Crockett interrupting me? He was telling me to shut up. Did you notice that?
I saw you giggling, the shoulders moving on video.
I was going on and on and on. He said, well, like as to say, let me take it.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of rambling there. But yeah, I love that.
How was he in this era? Man, look at that.
Oh, Jimmy was fine. Jimmy was demanding. Jimmy let you know when you did something he didn't like. And
I've always gotten the impression that he wasn't really, this isn't the right word, jokey with the guys. He didn't have he was really straight laced, right?
Right. I never thought Jimmy was much of a people person.
Right.
Like David was. But he had a lot on his shoulders. I mean, think about it this way. He not only had his company to run, but he had a company that his dad built.
Right.
And I just think that has to be a tremendous amount of pressure because of how respected Jim Crockett Sr. was. If I'm his son and there's this guy who was this tremendous promoter back in the day that made wrestling what it was in the Carolinas, I have a lot of pressure on me to keep that going.
I saw an interview with Buddy Landell once, and he talked about how Jim Crockett Jr. fucked it all up. I mean, his daddy had the best promotion ever. And of course he came in and just screwed everything up. And I'm like, what a terrible take.
Yeah, no, just wrong.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Jim Crockett Sr. did a phenomenal job and built a great business, et cetera, et cetera. But to compare, the impact on the business and certainly the impact to the top line gross, Jim Crockett Jr. grossed way more in wrestling than Senior ever did.
Well,
way more.
Yeah, but Buddy Landell, where he's coming from.
Oh yeah.
The fact they fired his ass.
Of course.
So you've got to understand that take. But Jimmy was Jimmy was great to me. Great to me. With the exception of near the end when we had our blow up. But again, back then he wasn't my boss.
Right.
But I owe Jimmy Crockett, David Crockett, Francis, and Jimmy a lot. I mean, when I go back and I think about the people who've meant a lot to me in my career, it's obviously the Crockett family. It's obviously Vince, Eric, Jim Hurd, you.
Oh, sure.
Stop. It's right. Flair and Dusty, obviously, and obviously Tony Khan and Cody and all the EVPs.
I love that I'm on that list. That's like, which one of these is not like the other?
Yeah, you're right. It's not like the other. But when you talk about important parts of Tony's career, you're part of that. I shouldn't refer to myself in the third person. Tony Schiavone's career. You're in there. So there you go. And Dr. Britt Baker, my buddy, who gave us our countdown.
It's always my favorite when I see, haters online say something like, man, Tony Schiavone's podcast would be so much better if Conrad Thompson wasn't on it.
Mm-hmm.
He should fire Conrad.
Yeah.
And it's like, dude, do you know how Tony got back into wrestling, you dickhead? Like, It was me saying, hey, man, I paid for that wedding, man. Let's do some.
Yeah. You know what? When I see something like that, you know what I think? You know how much better Twitter would be without you on there, fucker? Block.
No, yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
I'm nearly at 1,000 blocks. So,
yeah. Oh.
I'm trying to get to those JBL numbers. He showed me a few years back. He had like 8,000 blocks.
Really?
It's like, dude, that's unbelievable.
It's somebody there was asked on Twitter the other day, what's your favorite thing? And I said, blocking people on Twitter.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.